How about if you find somebody that they want to settle down, they're going to have some fun, you open to that with somebody else?
I am single, so I'm allowed to do whatever.
I don't want Sophie to play games with me. I'm not interested in that.
Miss?
No.
Colt's phone buzzes, and in that split second, everything changes. The name Diana flashes on his screen, and Courtney's world tilts. Meanwhile, across town, Sophie looks Pedro dead in the eye and says she owes him nothing. Not loyalty, not exclusivity, not even an explanation. How did these couples get so tangled up that trust feels like a luxury and honesty is a rare currency? Last time, Courtney was playing nurse, Colt was milking every ounce of sympathy, and Pedro was convinced Sophie was finally his. But the cracks were already showing. Remember the awkward silences at dinner, the way Courtney's parents side-eyed Colt's every move, and Sophie's phone lighting up with late-night texts from her ex? Those weren't just red flags. They were warning sirens. Now, the stakes are higher. Courtney's patience is wearing thin as she juggles laundry, groceries, and Colt's endless requests. She's starting to wonder if she's dating a boyfriend or babysitting a grown man. Colt, on the other hand, is hiding more than just his pain. He's got secrets tucked away, and every time he says he's changed, there's a shadow behind his words. Sophie, fresh out of a marriage, is still figuring out what she wants. Pedro thinks he's found his forever, but Sophie's not even sure she wants a tomorrow. The tension is thick, and every conversation feels like it could explode. Tonight, Courtney stumbles across something in the laundry that doesn't belong to anyone in the house. It's not hers, it's not her mom's, and it sure isn't her dad's. The air shifts. Is this the proof she's been dreading, or is there another twist waiting in the wings? Courtney's mornings start with the sound of her mom clattering pans in the kitchen and Colt calling for help from the other room. She's become the unofficial nurse, chef, and emotional support system, all while her parents quietly keep score. The house feels smaller every day, with Colt's recovery dragging on and his gratitude wearing thin. He's always got a new request, a new excuse, and Courtney's starting to see the pattern. Her parents joke about her never moving out, but the laughter is tight and the tension is real. Every time Colt asks for something, Courtney's mom gives her a look that says, "This is not what we signed up for." Colt's dependency is more than physical. He leans on Courtney for everything, but when she asks simple questions, he dodges. She notices how he clings to his phone, how he steps outside to take calls, how he changes the subject when she brings up their future. The trust that was shaky from the start is now on life support. Courtney tries to convince herself that Colt is different, that he's grateful, that he's not the same guy who left a trail of broken hearts online. But every time she folds his laundry, she finds something that doesn't add up. A pair of underwear that isn't hers. A message notification from a name she doesn't recognize. The doubts pile up and her patience thins. She wants to believe him, but the evidence keeps stacking against him. Colt's explanations are always just vague enough to keep her guessing. He says he's tired, he says he's stressed, but he never says the one thing she needs to hear. The more she pushes, the more he retreats. The house is filled with unspoken questions, and every answer feels like a half-truth. If Courtney knew what Colt was hiding, would she even want to stay? The next time she does laundry, she finds something that makes her stop cold. This isn't just a mistake. This is a sign that the truth is about to come out, and nothing will be the same. Pedro sits across from Sophie, searching her face for any sign that she's ready to call him her boyfriend. He spent months sending flowers, writing love letters, and dropping cash on gifts that would make anyone's head spin. But Sophie's eyes are distant. Her answer's clipped. She's polite, but there's a wall he can't climb. Every time he tries to talk about the future, she pulls back. He wants a label, a promise, something to show for all the effort he's poured into this maybe relationship. Instead, he gets silence and a half smile that never reaches her eyes. Sophie is still carrying the weight of her last marriage. She's not ready to jump into another commitment, not when her ex's name still pops up on her phone at odd hours. She's honest about her boundaries, but Pedro hears what he wants to hear. He thinks if he tries harder, spends more, or says the right thing, she'll finally choose him. The more he pushes, the more she slips away. Sophie's not playing games, she's protecting herself. She's tired, overwhelmed, and not interested in being anyone's prize for persistence. Pedro's frustration boils over. He corners Sophie, demanding to know where they stand. He brings up the gifts, the time, the effort. He wants to know if she's seeing anyone else, if she's still talking to her ex, if she's ever going to be ready for him. Sophie listens, arms crossed, face unreadable. The tension is thick enough to cut. What happens next will leave everyone watching with their jaws on the floor. Sophie doesn't flinch. She looks Pedro in the eye and tells him she owes him nothing. Not her loyalty, not her time, not even an explanation. Pedro is stunned, his confidence shattered. He thought he was buying a future, but Sophie's made it clear her life isn't for sale. The internet is on fire, fans are split, and the comment sections are a battlefield. Some people are cheering for Sophie, calling her a queen for setting boundaries and refusing to let Pedro guilt her into a relationship she doesn't want. Others think Pedro deserves better, that he's been strung along and deserves some honesty after everything he's done. Memes are everywhere, with Sophie's "I owe you nothing" already trending. People are sharing screenshots, dissecting every word, every look, every awkward pause. The debate is fierce. Is Sophie protecting her peace, or is she leading Pedro on? Would you walk away if you were in her shoes, or would you give Pedro a chance after all that effort? Courtney and Colt aren't escaping the spotlight either. Viewers are calling out Colt's behavior, pointing out the red flags that Courtney keeps ignoring. Some are sympathetic, saying Courtney deserves better and should run before she gets hurt again. Others wonder if she's enabling Colt by doing everything for him, making it too easy for him to hide behind excuses. The receipts are piling up, old messages, past interviews, even clips from previous seasons. People are connecting the dots, and the picture isn't pretty. The question on everyone's mind, how much is too much to forgive, and when does loyalty become self-sabotage? As the drama explodes online, a twist is brewing that nobody saw coming. Fans think they've seen it all, but there's a secret lurking in Colt's messages that could flip the story upside down. The tension is building, and the next reveal might be the one that finally breaks the internet. Colt's secret isn't just a problem for Courtney, it's about to become everyone's problem. The worst is still waiting in the shadows, and nobody is ready for what's next. Courtney sits alone in her room, the weight of Colt's secret pressing down on her. The trust she tried so hard to build feels shattered, and every memory of her caring for him now stings. She thought she was helping someone she loved, but now she's questioning every late-night phone call, every excuse, every time he looked her in the eye and promised he was different. The house feels colder, and even her parents have stopped pretending everything is fine. Colt's betrayal isn't just a private heartbreak. It's a public mess, and Courtney is left to pick up the pieces. Colt, for his part, is scrambling. The truth about Diana is out, and there's no way to spin it. He tries to apologize, but the words sound empty. He's lost Courtney's trust, and the safety net he built for himself is gone. The messages, the secrets, the lies, they've all caught up to him. Now he's left with regret and a reputation that's even harder to shake. The fallout is brutal, and there's no easy way back. Sophie, on the other hand, stands her ground. She's not apologizing for wanting space, not after everything she's been through. Her independence is hard-won, and she's not giving it up for anyone, not even Pedro. She's tired of being told what she owes, tired of being measured by someone else's expectations. Pedro is left reeling, his plans for a future with Sophie slipping through his fingers. He thought love was about grand gestures, but Sophie's shown him that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away. The dust hasn't settled, and the story is far from over. Courtney's next move could change everything, and Colt's not the only one with secrets. Sophie's journey is just beginning, and Pedro's heartbreak might push him to make choices nobody expects. If you think this was wild, wait until you see what happens when new faces enter the picture and old wounds get ripped open. The next episode promises even more chaos, and you won't want to miss the moment someone finally says what everyone's been thinking.